Hey Tony, what is up? Welcome to another episode.
Hey man, good. Everything is great. How about you? How you doing?
All good. Ready for some Friday stuff, some Friday action.
This is Jamstack Friday with TNT.
Cause I'm TNT, I'm dynamite.
Hey everyone, I got some Jamstack news for you. Starting with Notion API going general availability. Now you can build out headless site with Notion. That's really cool. Yeah, for me it's a really surprise because the tool is really for collaboration, but taking that and making now a website out of it by utilizing APIs, and that's really cool. So public beta, take a look, give it for a spin, see how it works. There's already starters out there with Next.js, and you can build that out really easily. If you have a lot of content and you've been storing a whole bunch of stuff in Notion, that's pretty cool. All right, moving along to Gatsby, new version 3.5 was released. They're focusing on now on performance and experimental SSR as part of this release. So it's interesting how Next and Gatsby, they're both like focusing on performance, and every release it's always performance, CLI startup. So different things. But I don't think this release is that of a grade. There's nothing much there, but obviously SSR in Gatsby now, that's something interesting, and gotta give it a try. Sanity has launched Sanity Exchange this week. That's really nice. So you can find plugins there, learn what's new, and share your own plugins with the developer community. So I like to search around and read all about security authentication. So first thing that I saw here on this page was Next.auth Sanity plugin. That's real nice. I don't have to build anything. I can just go here, install it, get it into my Sanity Studio, and I'm done. All right, moving along. Next, I got Node.js. Since we talk about Jamstack, JavaScript, I thought maybe I can throw some stuff in here that's more of on not on static site generator world. So pretty cool. Some updates here. They added diagnostics channel. You can send some messages now. Also, they have support for crypto module for UUID. That's interesting. Just they keep improving, keep adding new features into Node.js. So that's pretty nice. Netlify updates. So now you can configure build plugins by deploy context. So think of it this way. You build a site and you need to do some stuff at that time. So you have these enormous DevOps that you used to build, and now you have this advanced CDN platforms such as Netlify that has built-in DevOps into it. And how can you keep expanding your DevOps platform? And how can you do post-build steps, right? So one of the ones that I use is really cool is a sitemap. It generates a sitemap for my site and then submits it to Google automatically. I don't have to do any of the manual stuff. With the enablement of plugin, it's already part of the whole process. That's really nice. And just explore, you can just add them all into your TOML files, configure them there, and they will run. And they even give you some examples here down the page. So image optimization, sitemap. So pretty nice. Give it a try. Amazon CloudFront announces the edge compute capability now as general availability. So that's cool. Now you have another platform that will provide you with that functionality. So everybody's moving the edge compute, edge handlers. So now you have options. All right, so we talk a lot about Jamstack. We talk about optimization. We talk about speed. So an article I wanted to share with you guys this week was optimizing web vitals using Lighthouse. Adi Osmani, if you follow him on Twitter, he writes all about optimization improvements to your front end to your websites and to your front end code. And here he goes kind of through a refresher on how you can get your site and core web vitals to the perfect score and how can you actually take advantage of Google Lighthouse tool to help you do that. Core Web Vitals are creeping up on us in around June-ish time. It will kick in, so make sure your site is optimized to the best. And last but not least, a little tool that I wanted to share with you, Simple Login. There's so many SaaS products out there. We keep adding emails everywhere. We're registering, we're exposing our email. We get a lot of spam sometimes. So this tool will actually generate aliases for you for each website, and then you'll get all of the stuff in your one mailbox. So security in mind, pretty nice. Give it a try. All right, that's it for me. Give it a thumbs up if you like what you hear here. If you want to see something else, something different, let us know in comments. Thank you.
So in this episode, what I wanted to do is actually go through like a scaffolding setup through our Uniform platform to create like a Jamstack site that we can personalize, but also that has Contentstack as a backend. So I thought maybe we can share screen and you can just kind of talk me through it. And then together we figure out what to do. And we actually show it on the screen on this video. What do you think?
Let's do it.
All right, so let me just click share screen and then we can go from there. Here we go.
Time to do some interesting stuff. We talk all the time. Now let's do some action.
I kind of want to go through stuff and maybe even show a bit like code things, you know. So what I just did, I went to uniform.app. This is our dashboard, right? So let's just go for a new website. And this will be the Jamstack Fridays website, whatever. Okay, sure.
That's very creative.
Very creative. Okay, so we're just going to go with a starter Jamstack. Yes, continue. Okay, so Tony, tell me, what are we looking at here? What is all this?
We are looking at, I don't know, there's many ways to call this, but this is our onboarding flow for customers or for partners or whoever wants to use personalization, whoever wants to use just the best way to onboard the new modern technologies. We will help you do that.
Exactly. So today I want to use Contentstack. I want to go to Netlify and I want to use Next. Let's not do analytics for now because I haven't actually set up an account. I haven't used analytics in a while. Maybe this is kind of good, right? So excellent. I think when I click continue, a whole bunch of scaffolding stuff automatically will happen. So let's see. Okay, so we have to log into Contentstack. I might have already been logged in. Oh, no, not yet. Okay.
And while you're typing that, the Google Analytics that we skipped, it can be easily added later because it goes as a part of environment variables. So super nice, super easy, super simple.
Oh, that's cool. So I have a Contentstack account. So right, I work on the Megalion, so I do have a couple of stacks. But let's just put it in our Uniform systems, right? That's the best place because we work at Uniform. Okay, so press here to create the stack. Okay, so we're going to make a Contentstack stack. I love that. And it's going to be called Uniform Optimized Starter. Sure. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
How
long are we going to wait?
That would be nice, right? If it worked. My internet is quite good. Well, that was fine. Okay, so let's install the Uniform Optimized extension. Sure, let's go. I love how fast this is. Okay, install the Uniform Starter content. Also cool. So we're kind of doing API calls behind the scenes, right? To just fill up the content here.
Yeah. All of this brings back joy into web development.
Yes, because when I used to work at agency, right, we called this the magic button. We all wanted one button to press, and then it would scaffold like a server, a CI stack, a front end, a back end, and all of it. And this is kind of it, because we didn't really have that in the end. And now I'm seeing that it works. So it now wants me to deploy to Netlify. Sure. So I'm logged into Netlify already because I use that all the time. Okay. So it wants me to connect to GitHub to make a repository for me, right?
Yep. Because during the build process, it will have to build based on some code, obviously.
Yeah. Okay. So How is this so smooth? So this is like a Netlify template, I think, right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so my repository name will be Uniform Optimized Next Contentstack Starter. If I
You can
change
change
this,
it.
will it? So this will change to in GitHub, right?
Correct. So in your
Ah,
GitHub
cool.
in your GitHub, one of the repositories will have this name.
Let's stick with that unimaginable,
Yep.
boring name. It's all good. So we actually have a Contentstack API key. So this is going to go in to the environment variables, right?
Correct.
Wow. Okay.
So if your builds are
Region.
failing or for some reason, then maybe you have a problem with your keys and those environment variables are incorrect.
But you can change this always, right? It's just
Yep.
now. This will just go in. So do I need to copy paste something like this, or
No,
are we
nothing.
good, right?
So Uniform is pre-populating all the data for you. So you just save and deploy. Yep.
Save and deploy.
And you see the Google Analytics right there, optional. You can always add it later. Yep.
Oh, that's cool. So it actually just made a new website inside my personal team here, and it's starting up the build.
Yep.
I like it. So let's go back here and see. Well, let's just click done deploying.
Yep.
Okay, so now we need to set up the automatic publishing. So this is like a webhook, right? So when I do a change,
Correct.
that the website is redeployed. Okay, so find your Netlify site. Well, we're here. We're good. It's just building now. So this is my Netlify site. Get your build hook. We configured the build hook in Netlify called Uniform. Okay, copy its URL. We can do that. Deploy settings. There should be some build stuff here, right? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so this I have to copy. Yes, and then we paste it here. Continue.
Some camera changes for me for a second.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. That's how these things go.
Yeah.
We're winging it a little because I kind of enjoy just trying stuff out on a video while we live record it and give my feedback along the way, because just like you, Tony, like I think we've been at web development for a long time, right? And so when something just works or not and giving some feedback live like we do now, we actually have the ability to do that because we've been around for a while. And I will probably sound a little bit biased now, but this worked really well. It's just there now.
It is. I mean, this is like amazing. Like, just
right.
It just works.
Let's go and have a look at that deploy. Okay, so that actually deployed. Oh wait, no, it's still in progress.
Yeah, go ahead. Maybe hit that. Yeah, we'll see that. I think it's done. If you let's go all the way down.
Oh, it is actually done.
Live. Yep.
Okay, so let's have a look. And there we go. So this is now a Jamstack website based on Next with content from Contentstack on Netlify, and we did that in 5 minutes?
Yeah, I think so.
That's a good start. So how about let's look in GitHub to find my my code, right? Okay, so we're now in GitHub, and I found my Jamstack Fridays website. So I'm just gonna clone that real quick. So we just saw it work, right? And then here we can actually start adding personalization. Okay, let's see if I can do this.
Okay.
Well, let's install it. But while we're installing, let's have a look at Contentstack.
Yep.
Log in. I think I'm already logged in. Yes, I am.
Nice.
Okay, so not Mac Alliance, obviously. In Uniform, we actually have Uniform. Oh, this is the one we started, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
We didn't actually add a name there. That is interesting.
What do you mean for name?
The name for the stack.
Oh yeah, no,
yeah, that's interesting.
It's part of the onboarding, just same name, but you can change it if you want.
Yeah, sure. Well, maybe not for now, but
yeah.
Well, let's have a look at that website again. So the site is here. So this is like a header, and we have some talks list and stuff like that. Okay, so
You can go
also
go
these
back
are
to dashboard. Go back to dashboard maybe, and click on the home page on top.
yeah, homepage, exactly.
And there we go.
Here we have the hero, the conference talks, why you should attend. That kind of all connects to hero list, why you should attend, like what you see. Okay, cool. So the personalization, well, let's just see if that how that works, right? So now I go to the developer talk track, right? I'm interested in developer stuff. And when I go back home, this now was
Boom.
personalized to home,
That
to
was
hero for developers. That just worked. But this is Jamstack, right? So it feels really dynamic to me. So now I went to marketers, and let's go to marketers again. And now this is a marketer hero. Okay, cool. And so I think here, when we go to the homepage, we actually have different options, right? Uniform conference, developer hero, marketer hero. That's the stuff we just saw, right? So this is without personalization. So let's open this guy.
Yeah, default. You need
Because-
some default variants, so
Sure.
something gets loaded when it
Exactly.
first
If you
loads the
don't
site.
personalize, you want something else that's not personalized, right? So this is the part I wanted to show, because now we're adding the intent tag of developer to this component here. Right. So, let's go on.
Yeah. So this component is for our developers who are interested. It's an array list of objects, and every one of those objects is content type with intent tag together with it, and that's kind of how we need to nest it in Contentstack in order for us to be able to consume it on the front end.
So take me through in the code where we can see where it chooses that variant.
Okay, let's go ahead and step out into components.
Components, sure.
And go to personalize hero.
There it is.
And scroll down to personalize component, line 31. Okay.
So that's the one I wanted to look at, because this is basically a component that Uniform built. That's called personalize. You give it the variations, and then this is just JSON data, I think, based on what we see here, right? This is all JSON stuff that comes out.
Yep.
And so that's those variations. And then based on the personalization score from the tracking that we did, like clicking on developer, it chooses the right one here, right? And then it just uses the hero component to fill that out.
Correct.
Okay.
What you can also maybe explore further, go ahead into a lib folder.
Yeah.
And go into Contentstack if there's anything like that. Yeah, Contentstack.
Yep.
And this is an interface that allows us to communicate with headless CMS, consume the data, and pass it as props into our component.
Oh yeah, here, because the personalized hero fields is actually now, it has this uniform option personalization lists, which is actually, it's kind of the hero options field, right? That's this one.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, so that's how it connects to it. Like, this is some fun stuff. And so now I can also run it locally, right? But I don't think we have to change a bunch of code. Maybe what we can do, because Tony, you don't have that much time today. How about we actually add some personalization, right?
Sure.
So what would
if you
be
want
the
to
best
run it
way to go about?
If you want to run it locally, all we have to do is just copy paste the environment variables. Then
oh yeah, but I haven't done that now. So for now, let's leave it.
Sure.
We can we'll put some links in the description for people who want to explore how to do this, and there we have a lot in the docs, right? Okay,
Sounds
so
good.
how about we go into personalization and add like an intent for personalization? So what shall we do?
Click on that plus button on the right.
Yup.
And let's give it a name, whatever you want. What intention do we have? Do we want to granular, I don't know, our
You know what?
site
How
for?
about we do it like that? I enjoy Nuxt, right? Because I have my Nuxt hat on.
Let's do it.
I'm interested in Nuxt content, for example. Let's just call it Nuxt.
I don't want to go into like a personalization specifics in this, but eventually what you would do, you probably will do a developer, and Nuxt would be an enrichment. But we can cover that in
Exactly, but
other
that
series.
that goes quite deep. So let's
Yeah.
wait with that. Shall we just do a query string?
Yep. Let's do query string.
So what that means is if I click on a link about Nuxt and I go on the website we just built and there's a query string about Nuxt, that's basically what that does, right? So let's do Nuxt. The query parameter should be UTM or something.
Sure.
And then framework.
Sure.
And then it should equal Nuxt.
Yep. You can leave all the defaults and just save it.
Let's just copy this because I'm going to have issues typing. Okay, so let's publish this stuff.
Yep.
So we just added a signal that is a query string to an intent that is that I enjoy Nuxt content, which I do. We're running on Next, by the way, but that's a different story. Let's go to the CMS now and add a variation for the fact that I like Nuxt.
Yep.
Right, so we have to create a new entry, a new hero in that wrapper. Okay, create. So, Tim likes Nuxt. Do we have something uploaded yet? Yes, we do. I look like this guy.
Let's do it.
Okay, so now we reach the intent tags, and then there is Nuxt.
It's available instantaneously.
Isn't that fancy? Well, we clicked on publish, didn't we? But yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's save this stuff. So do we now need to publish like the hero itself, or how does that work?
Just go ahead and hit publish on the bottom.
And then all of them, production, publish now. Yes, publish. Yep, publish with reference. Okay. So now that this content is there, do we kind of need a new deploy, right?
It all
it already started.
Progress. Yep,
because of course we have the hook in place.
Correct.
Smooth. Okay.
This is amazing that even though I have to run and we have such a limited time, we can actually get it done.
We're actually going to get this stuff done while Tony has to run into another meeting. I like it. Okay, so now we're doing a next build here. By the way, did you notice how fast this build is actually? That's cool.
Yeah.
But that's on Netlify end. And of course, Next builds quite well.
Yep.
Okay, so let's let this run for a second. So the whole point is that if we now add, let's say there's a tweet about Nuxt, right? And it goes to this conference. What they could do is add this UTM parameter into that link that I click as a developer, and it says, hey, are you interested into Next or Nuxt? Click on this link, and it goes here. And so if that URL is there, we can personalize directly on the page. So let's see, is this almost done? Maybe you have to refresh a bit.
I think it is done.
Let's see. There
Site
it
is live. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Before you do that, go ahead and clear. Maybe click forget me.
Forget about myself. Yeah. So I'm just like, I don't exist. Okay. So now do UTM framework equals Nuxt. That's what we said, right? And there it is. Tim likes Nuxt. I like it when we try to demo something, and I haven't done that very often, that it just works. That is pretty cool. Okay, so this actually worked. And now I can still go to developers and then come back. And now it's developer again. And yeah, so maybe for now, let's keep it at this. Because this kind of worked really well. And we have a Jamstack site that we deployed in like 5 minutes, and we personalized it, and we have the code locally, and we can just poke around in it.
And
Man, that was fun.
I'm going to be on time in my meeting.
How about that? So, and I'm looking at my camera right now, blinking red that my battery is low. How about that? Everything fits. So, Tony, thank you for talking me through this. And I'm going to have a bit of fun editing. Speak soon.
Speak soon. Cheers.
Cheers. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.